Hello, Assalamu alaikum. Good afternoon, good evening, and thank you very much for joining us for this first session, the kickoff session for ACCA Six Digits program. Let me welcome you all to this very interesting program. We have run two sessions yesterday for individuals who joined us yesterday. And I think the feedback so far has been very, very positive, very constructive, and the participation level also was phenomenal. Um, since most of you are probably attending or using this GoToWebinar interface for the first time, I will take about 2-3 minutes to explain what you can do in this program. And okay, okay, all right, I can hear. Okay, just give me 1 second, please. Very annoying. Attendees join or leave. Nizam, can you go and check if the sound of male individuals joining or leaving can be switched off? It is somewhere in the settings. All right, so back to the introduction to this platform. The platform is GoToWebinar. You have or you can be given microphone control, which means you can unmute yourself and put yourself back on mute. But the most important thing for you to note is the hand raise feature. So raise hand and lower hand. If you look at this menu that appears on your screen for GoToWebinar, there is a there is an attendees section in there. Nizam, I hope you're working on this irritating sound. There is a section for attendees in there, and in this section you can see a list of all attendees, and at the bottom of this particular option there is a hand raise feature and a hand lower feature, and right next to it you may also see the mute or unmute feature. However, the main menu also has a microphone feature which could be activated or deactivated as the case may be. So the protocol is going to be, or the way we are going to run the session in order to make sure that there is least disturbance, is going to be that we will I mean, the presentations will continue throughout this session. Um, when we have to engage individuals, we will call out to all the participants to raise their hands, and as we see hands being raised, we will call out the name of the individual who will be invited to speak. That individual should open up or unmute themselves, uh, put up the question or make a comment, and then put themselves back on mute and also lower their hand, so that this gives us another opportunity to invite other people who have raised their hands to come in and join the session as well. So that's number one. Number two, there is a questions dialog box in there. All the questions or comments that you want to ask, or whenever you're asked to comment, you can go to the questions box and type in your comments. They will be visible to all the organizers, but not to the participants. If you want to share something which should be visible to all the participants as well, you can type that in the chat box. So that's the difference between questions and chat. From time to time, we will keep looking at the hand raised, we will keep looking at the questions, we will keep looking at the chat also. One more important thing, and that is that if you look at the handouts section, there is a file available by the name competenciesassessyourself.xls. This file, we're going to work on it today. This is available as a handout. You can download it, and in the session today, we will be referring to it. So please make sure that you download it and you make it available whenever we start working on it. I will suggest that you create a separate folder by the name 6 digits on your computers. Put all the material, all the resources that we'll be sharing with you from time to time into that folder in an organized fashion so that they're available to you afterwards also. This handout section will only be available to you throughout the duration of this particular session. So once the session is over, of course, the handouts will not be available from here to download. My colleague Nizam will be able to share a link with you from Google Docs where all the resources that we're going to share with you are going to be placed. And that is where we will ask you people to submit your assignments as well as and when they are given to you. So welcome to your first session. I hope all of you are excited. You're all ready and fully energized. One last thing that I wanted to mention about GoToWebinar was that this session is being recorded. So if you look at the menu once again, right at the bottom of this menu, it says the session is being recorded, which means the recording will be available to you after the session. So if you want to refer to it afterwards, it will be available to you. Now, the first step of this program is going to be an introduction. Okay, and this introduction is very important because this is the foundation, or this is the basis of your knowing each other, your formation of a network. So let us do an introduction of all the candidates here. Okay, Nizam, I hope you're working on this sound. You're still there. If you're unable to, let me know. I'll have to do something on my own. Now, what we're going to do is, when you have to be introducing yourself, your name will be called up. Once your name is called up, you unmute your mic. The three things that you have to share with us, or with the audience rather. Number one, who are you, right? So your name, etc. Number two, what stage of the ACCA program you are at, which means how many papers you passed, for example. Number three, do you have any work experience? Okay, so where are you working? What do you do? And number four, any other interests or hobbies, right? In addition to work, what else are you doing? So these are the four things that you have to share with us. But remember, share them in a way that people should be able to remember you. It's not just about introducing yourself, saying that you're an ACCA student. Everybody here is an ACCA student. It's about conveying your message, or it's about introducing yourself in a way that everybody in this session is able to remember you. Okay, so that is how you can make it interesting. Now, I'm going to unmute all of you from here. Please make sure that your microphones are muted. We will very quickly just cancel it, lower on hands. Okay, you've all been unmuted, so which means you now have the control of your microphones. Can I request all of you to one by one raise your hand and then call out the name, and you will then one by one go through introduction of each of the individuals. So please raise your hand. Somebody who wants to come in first and introduce themselves. All right, Zunair bin Asher, you, all right. Zunair just raised his hand and then went away. Oh, you're there. Excellent. So we have Zunair. Zunair was the first one. Bravo, Zunair. Ali Akbar, mute yourself. Kashif Niaz, mute yourself. Do not unmute unless your name has been called out. Do not unmute unless your name is called out. Thank you. Zunair, please unmute yourself and go ahead with your introduction. Be very, very quick. You'll have 30 seconds only. 30 seconds. Zunair.
Assalamu alaikum. Sir, Zunair bin Ashraf here. I am an ACCA student and currently doing some internship program in DHL. And
DHL.
yeah, as a finance in finance department.
Okay. Your exam papers, how many have you passed? Are you still in the middle of
I,
your
sir, I have
studies?
passed.
You don't know that at
I
this
am,
point.
I am, I am part qualified.
Okay.
Only professional student left, and I had just a query. If I am doing an
Query it
internship, so will
afterwards.
it? Okay,
Query
okay,
it
okay,
afterwards. Just
okay,
your introduction.
okay,
Your
okay, fine,
hobbies.
fine.
What are your interests?
My interest, not particularly, but yeah, I am a part-time YouTuber also. I love this stuff also.
Okay.
Yeah.
Good. I hope everybody was able to understand that and they'll be able to remember. Zunair, we'll come back to you afterwards. Let's go on with Ali Akbar. Ali Akbar, please unmute yourself and introduce.
Assalamualaikum. My name is Ali Akbar. Can you hear me clearly?
Loud and clear. Thank you very much. And very little background noise.
Thank you. My name is Ali. I am an ACC finalist. One paper left of APM. Wrong subject chosen. I am
Okay.
currently doing a job at Sapphire Retail Limited. I have a previous experience of with the ERP Oracle implementation. I have worked with a small part with Ferguson also. Then later to move to Nagina Textile, and currently I am working with last 4 years at Sapphire Retail Limited. My hobbies is powerlifting or a little bit about computer coding, where as my field is related to it.
Okay, really. Computer coding. Excellent. Thank you very much, Ali. We will see, how have you introduced yourself much better than the last individual, but of course there is improvement, and that's what you're going to learn in this session as well.
Thank you.
We are going to talk about elevator pitch, and we're going to talk about how to introduce yourself in minimum possible time, and using the most powerful jargons and terminologies. All right,
Okay,
let's move
thank you.
on. Ali, please mute yourself, and if you can go to Usman Khalid. Usman, unmute yourself and introduce also.
Assalamu alaikum. My name is Usman Khalid. I have a MBA degree from the UK. I am a chartered manager and also a fellow of Chartered Management Institute. Based upon my master's degree, I have been awarded 4 exemptions from ACCA. As far as my work experience is concerned, I have more than 15 years of work experience, out of which I have worked for 6 years in the UK, looking after budgets of more than £2 billion. Currently, I am working for a textile company in Faisalabad as a finance manager. And I have also been teaching in FAST University as a visiting faculty member. As far as hobbies are concerned, I really don't have much time for that.
Okay, interesting. Usman, are you based in Karachi or Lahore or Islamabad?
I'm based in Faisalabad.
In Faisalabad. All right, interesting.
Yes.
Very good. I think good introduction. We'll talk about your introduction as well. Let's move on to Osama Alauddin. Usman, if you can put yourself back on mute. Thank you. And Osama Alauddin, if you can unmute yourself and speak.
Hello
Okay,
everyone.
unmuted.
I'm Osama Lautin. I'm from Kuhat, Pakistan, KPK, and I'm an ACCA finalist. Currently, I'm doing job at Crescent Bahuman Limited, Pindi Bhatia. I work there as an assistant manager, supply chain management department.
Assistant manager, supply chain. Interesting.
Yes.
And interests, hobbies.
And my interests and hobbies are I'm an avid traveler and I love to travel. Basically, I've traveled almost all parts of the countries except Swat and Balochistan. Rest I've covered.
Hmm. Okay, interesting. That's very nice. That's very good.
Thank you so
Um,
much.
all right, great. Thank you very much, Sama. Um, let's move on to a few other individuals. Sayyid Umair Nafis. Umair, if you can unmute
Assalamu
yourself.
Assalamu alaikum.
Assalamu alaikum.
Well, this is Sayyid Umar Nafis. I'm currently in the professional modules of ACCA. I have a working
Mhm.
experience of around more than 5 years, out of which 4 years are at my current job, which is at Dow University of Health Sciences.
Mhm.
Other than that, I have a 2 years working experience in the logistic firm in Dubai.
Okay. Brilliant.
My hobbies are actually traveling and sports.
Okay. All right.
Big fan of a Barcelona.
All right. Okay. Football. All right. So, interesting to see at least two individuals with similar interests, which is traveling, and but you'll see as we ask more people to introduce themselves, you'll see that there's a complete diversity in the students, and some individuals with very unique interests, unique work experiences, etc. But always interesting to see that all the students who joined here, most of them you'll find that they're working somewhere. So thank you very much, Umair. We'll move on to उस अच्छा अभी जिन लोगों का इंट्रोडक्शन हो चुका है, if they can lower their hand, because I'm finding it a little difficult to remember किन किन का इंट्रोडक्शन नहीं हुआ, किन का हो गया. Great, thank you. All right, so let's go on to Muhammad Saqib Fatani. Saqib, if you can unmute yourself and introduce who you are.
Assalamu alaikum. Myself, Mohammed Saqib.
Assalamualaikum.
Uh, Currently, I'm part qualified ACCA, working with textile glove making uh, textile company, Prime Safety Limited, where
Where in
I'm
Faisalabad?
no, it's in Karachi, Landi,
Karachi.
export
Okay.
processing zone.
Right.
Yes,
Okay.
I'm working with this firm, working with this organization for around 10 months in
Mm-hmm.
financial reporting area, and
Okay.
there I am exploring new opportunities for analytical reporting, like Power BI, reporting through Power BI,
Interesting.
and
Okay. So
I have total
which
experience of
software do
4 years.
you use for your BI?
Microsoft Power BI.
All right. Okay. The Power BI itself. All right. Excellent.
Yes.
Fantastic.
Okay.
So again, you see a unique set of skills and unique background also. Interests, hobbies.
Interest is meeting with business persons who have experience of doing exponential uh, exploring new ideas, exploring businesses,
Hmm.
success, how
Okay.
they achieve success, uh,
Hmm.
like these
So learning
topics.
from networking, from meeting people. All
Bilkul,
right. Okay. Interesting. Thank you very much. Thank you, Saqib. Move on
thank
to
you.
Amir Khan. We just do a few more introductions. We have time for that, but and after that, I'll call in Sajid Aslam, who is going to comment about the way you introduced yourselves. Uh, what is a power packed introduction? What is an introduction that people will never forget? I mean, this one last sentence that you were saying about yourself. Somebody wants to network, somebody wants to travel, somebody likes to, I don't know, play a guitar or learn new things, etc. These are all very unique, and mostly these are the ones through which people can remember you. But we also have to see, what professional capabilities to be shared with individuals when you're networking, so that you're always remembered. Okay. So great, thank you very much. Can I request Amir Khan to unmute and introduce?
Hi, my name is Amir Khan, and I'm currently a specialist at S&P Global Commercial
Hmm.
Department.
Okay.
I have been working since 2010, and I have worked in multiple industries, starting from Horeca to trading to export
Hmm.
import. I've been lucky enough to become a part of the external environment where I've worked in Dubai as well. And coming back, I have had HoReCa industry experience and trading industry as well, which includes national and international traders. And in my current role, I am supporting investment management in North America. And I'm more focused on right now in investment management of Canada, where we are looking after pension funds.
Brilliant.
And based upon that experience, I'm also working on one of my fellow.
Sorry, Ahmed, there's some background noise, and
I think it's not from my side.
Hello.
Gee,
It's not from.
can you please, all others, please stay muted. Let Amir speak, please. आपकी वजह से disturbance cause हो रही है. Please keep your microphones on mute. This is not the time to ask questions. We are introducing ourselves, so please make sure that your microphone is on mute. Nizam, can you please check the microphone unmuted? All right, Amir, please go on. Please finish your introduction.
Yeah, thank you. And in my current role, like I've mentioned, one of my fellow students over here, they also mentioned Power BI. I'm also working on Power BI. I am a certified lean facilitator, and I have completed Sigma 6, which also enables me to become a part of automation systems, where I'm going through Blue Prism RPA system, which I will very soon qualify. And I'm an Excel specialist as well. And what I've covered throughout this career is getting a lot of new skills, developing them constantly. And in my these days, I'm just focused on supporting the relationship management and support side. And as far as my hobbies are concerned, I'm an avid MMA, which is mixed martial artist, and I'm really focused on it. And I spend, that's how I spend my time, other than when I'm not working and when I'm not with my family. So this is my introduction. Thank you very much.
Great. Thank you very much. Thank you, Amir. Very inspirational, very interesting. However, I mean, you've done so many things, and of course, you feel like sharing a lot of them. Once again, when we start discussing introductions, there'll be many messages for you on, where to highlight what particular aspect of your personality, of your interest, of your achievements, so that you're remembered. Okay. Excellent, and we'll definitely make use of your presence in the group also from time to time. Great, thank you very much. I think, Sajid, we've taken about half an hour, and if we can hand over to you, Sajid, as all of you might know, is the head of ACCA Pakistan. And if I say that Sajid is the individual who's the force behind the Six Indians program, and very, very keen on bringing people together and making sure that our fraternity, the ACCA fraternity, actually has a lot of potential, uses all that potential to maximize their earning. And I can see from the introductions today, some very, very interesting facts. But the most satisfying one being that there's hardly any individual here who'll just probably have one capability, is only doing one thing in life. You're all multitaskers. You're all doing many things at the same time. You're also maintaining hobbies also. So I think that is very, very encouraging, and definitely calls out for a big, big appreciation. Thank you very much, all of you. Apologies to the ones who have not gotten a chance to be introduced. But अभी हम थोड़ी देर तक देखते हैं. अभी ऐसे बहुत सी opportunities आएंगी where you'll be given the center stage and you'll be asked to introduce yourself. Okay. So may I hand over to Sajid, and he'll take on from there. Sajid, over to you.
Thank you, Harun, and thank you for introductions. I think first of all, it's not me, it's your senior members, and particularly we are talking about the senior members. We were having a conversations. Pakistan is one of a country where 24% of the membership is on a reduced member subscription, which means there are people who are earning less than 6,000-7,000 pounds a year. So if we convert that, so that's mean they haven't reached. And then they started talking about how we can help and what we can do using ACCA Pakistan as one of our platform. And we said we have to do something, whatever we do, it has to create a radical change. And हमने वहां से एक्सप्लोर करना शुरू किया रेडिकल चेंज के लिए क्या करें कैन वी ब्रिंग सम टेक्नोलॉजी can we talk about जैसे अभी आपने बात की and I really love that one when you were talking about the RP and Blue Prism. Is this something as a tool set we should bring? Should we talk about the people learning more around the technology and getting more digital savvy? Or we talk about building a skill or capacity around the local laws and local taxation. So there were a lot of discussions which we had. And then from all the discussions, I think we came up with that skill sets and the tool sets does not last long. आप अगर आज मैं आप सबको taxation पढ़ा भी दूं, in the next 12 months there will be a significant change and you have to go through that. So बजाय इसके कि मैं आपको मछली पकड़ना सिखाऊं, the member suggested कि we should go and बजाय इसके कि मैं आपको मछली दे दूं, so they said we have to do something जिसमें हम उनको enable कर दें कि they can do their like वो fishing खुद कर सकें rather than we start feeding them. So what is the one thing which can bring such a significant change? And based on all what we learned over the period, there's only one thing which brings that kind of radical change and a significant change is that when people have a different kind of mindset. And if you look at right now the variety of people who are on call, just to give you some stats, orientation में भी हमने ये बात बार-बार की थी कि there are 750,000 people around the world. Out of them, 45,000 people got an opportunity to come and join 6-digit program. There are 2,000 people acted upon that. Out of those 2,000, there's a close to 1,200 which actually shortlisted. Out of those 1,200, we are supposed to have 200 people in today's session, and we are seeing less than 40. And that's how the world works. That's how the life works. It's not that कि हमें opportunities नहीं मिलती. Most of the time we choose not to avail opportunity, which is totally fine. ये choice है हमारी एक intentional choice होती है जो हम life में करते हैं और उन choices के अपने consequences होते हैं. And we should be okay with the consequences as well. But the people who have joined today, so let's see that कि कितने बड़े subset में से from 750,000 के subset, 45,000 के subset of 1,200 and the subset of that 200 specific group, जिसमें से today there are 40 or little less than 40 people who are attending this one. Anybody can tell me why? You can type your answer either in a chat. Why there are people who decided not to join, although they acted initially and they have shown their intention that they want to. Anything comes to your mind why people may not jump on the opportunity when the opportunity presents itself to them? Anybody who wants to put that one, and okay, it's a mindset because of internet, maybe felt that not worth it taking an opportunity and they are scared. Maybe there are some power issue or internet issue, interest, wishful thinking. I love that term, wishful thinking. And I think let's build upon that. Time slot. So yeah, time slot could be one. But do you think when you have to pursue an opportunity, everything will work the way you would look at that one, or you have to make an effort and change those things during the journey? But I think I'll pick up on the wishful thinking. और ये हमारा बड़ा नॉर्मल एक एटीट्यूड होता है विशफुल थिंकिंग का. एवरीबडी वांट्स कि उनका एक घर का एक सर्टेन साइज हो, गाड़ी जो है वो बहुत फैंसी हो, एंड दे गेट मैरिड इन अ वेरी rich family. And I'm just talking about the materialistic side of it, जो हमारी certain things which we normally talk about, and everybody wants that one, but not everyone has what it takes, right? So the people who have that courage, or unki wo wishful thinking jo hai, that's beyond the wishful thinking, they really want to make an effort, those are the people who make difference, not only for themselves but only for the people around them. So ये फिनोमिना हमेशा से ऐसे ही चलता चला आ रहा है. अभी अगर आप लोगों ने रीसेंट नंबर देखे हो तो इस वक्त तक पूरी दुनिया में 108 बिलियन पीपल who have ever lived, जिसमें से 7 billion people are still alive, and there is like 101 billion people who were born and they are no more there. So if you go in a human history, wishful thinking always remain one of a paramount mindset. मुझे चाहिए तो है, मैं जन्नत में तो जरूर जाना चाहता हूँ, लेकिन मैं मरना नहीं चाहता. Right? जन्नत में सारे अच्छे काम करने के अलावा दूसरी एक कंपोनेंट है, यू कैन ओनली गो टू जन्नत, अगर हम अपने उसमें देखें. So once you leave this world, right? So जन्नत में जाने की ख्वाहिश हो सकती है, लेकिन उसके लिए अगर आप ये लिमिटेशन लगा दें कि मेरी ख्वाहिश तो बहुत है लेकिन मैं उसके लिए अच्छे काम नहीं करना चाहता, and then I have a fear around once I pass away, फिर पता नहीं क्या होगा, how the world will work. I think those are the things जहाँ पे हमें अपने actions और अपने thought process को देखना होता है. अभी हम introductions की बात कर रहे थे, and we were talking about 30 seconds. 30 seconds is an opportunity. Can you believe sometimes you have to travel internationally to go to a conference and talk for less than 10 minutes, and you just travel all the way, और आप 4-5 लाख रुपया लगाते हैं, you go there and you talk for 10 minutes, right? और उस 10 minutes की एक अपनी importance होती है. अब अगर उस 10 minutes के लिए आपने consistently अपने आप को prepare नहीं किया हुआ, so what will happen? You will lose that opportunity of that 10 minutes where you got the stage and you had the opportunity to inspire people, raise your personal brand or your organization brand, or close a deal, whatever you wanted to do in that 10 minutes. But let's assume you do everything, but you do not prepare that what you're going to articulate in that 10 minutes, where the people, once they leave that session, they will remember you, and they will remember 2 or 3 key messages you wanted them to leave with. So उस 10 minutes की एक importance है. इसी तरह जब हम इसको अपने social और professional networking event में लेके आते हैं, तो 30 seconds, those 30 seconds जो अभी आपके साथ हारून गुफ्तगू कर रहे थे, उस 30 second की बहुत ज्यादा अहमियत होती है कि how you introduce yourself, कि the other person should be able to remember you, not for the level of detail you have told them, but what are the top 2-3 messages you want the person to remember. 30 seconds में आप 50 messages नहीं दे सकते, because you will confuse that. You can talk very fast, you can really deliver 50 messages, but अगले बंदे की capability 2-3 messages से ज़्यादा retain करने की नहीं होती, क्योंकि आप 30 सेकंड में बात कर रहे हैं, आपने आराम से बात करनी है, एंड यू हैव टू मेक श्योर कि आप जो भी गुफ्तगू करें दैट कैन बी रिटेन्ड. सो 30 सेकंड के लिए आपको बहुत ज्यादा एक्सरसाइज करनी पड़ती है कि व्हाट इज द राइट इंट्रोडक्शन, आप अपना इंट्रोडक्शन क्या करवा रहे हैं. ठीक है, सो अगर मैं कहीं पे अपना 30 सेकंड का इंट्रोडक्शन करवाता हूं, तो मेरा बड़ी सिंपल सी एक कन्वर्सेशन होती है कि आई एम अ प्रोफेशनल अकाउंटेंट, आई हैव अ 20-year मैनेजमेंट एक्सपीरियंस, and my key expertise to work on a turnaround cases. End of story. I can do more if I have a time. I'll gauge that body language which other person is generating, and I might add couple of more sentences there, right? But this is something where I left the person with the 2-3 messages. I'm a professional accountant, there's a 20-year experience, and my expertise is the turnaround cases. End of story. 3 simple straightforward messages. I don't have to tell them मैंने कब qualify किया था, मैंने फर्स्ट अटेम्प्ट में क्वालिफाई किया था, मेरी जॉब्स कहाँ पे रही हुई हैं या मैं किस तरह के काम करता हूँ. नो, आई एम जस्ट टेलिंग देम अबाउट माई सेल्फ. मैं इस वक्त ये नहीं उन्हें कह रहा कि you have to appreciate the brand I used to work with. I'm not telling them कि मैंने दुनिया में 21 countries में काम किया हुआ. That might come later, right? It might be important that at a stage जहाँ पे आप ये बातें आगे कर सकें, you have 30 seconds so you can articulate it. But एक मिनट में या 30 seconds में there is a certain number of words you can use. उसके बाद आपकी स्पीड बहुत ज्यादा हो जाएगी और अगले शख्स के लिए उसको रिटेन करना मुश्किल हो जाएगा. ठीक है. सो अब आपकी पहली एक्सरसाइज जो आपने लेके चलनी है, एंड आई विल गिव यू 5 मिनट्स. अभी आपने इंट्रोडक्शंस देखे लोगों के, एक एग्जांपल मैंने भी आपको दी. हमने बात की कि 30 सेकंड की इंपॉर्टेंस कितनी ज्यादा है. सो व्हाट आर दोस 3 मैसेजेस, एंड आई एम गोना स्ट्रेस ऑन 3 मैक्स 4 मैसेजेस यू वांट योर ऑडियंस टू रिकॉग्नाइज फॉर यू. उनको पता होना चाहिए कि वो क्या 3 या 4 मैसेजेस हैं which they should remember about you. आपको मैं ऑडियंस प्रोफाइल भी दे देता हूँ. आपकी ऑडियंस जो है वो है आरिफ अबीब, मिया मंशा, AKD. So these are the guys who are very top guys. जिनका attention span बहुत कम होता है. You hardly see them in public and it's very rare opportunity you got कि आप उन लोगों के साथ interact कर रहे हैं. These are the mover and shaker in the business world. And now you want to create an impression and you want them कि जब आप अपना इंट्रोडक्शन करवाएं उसके नेक्स्ट वीक के अंदर अंदर उनके सेक्रेटरी की आपको कॉल आनी चाहिए कि मियां साहब आपसे मिलना चाह रहे हैं, या आरिफ साहब आपसे मिलना चाह रहे हैं, या AKD आपसे मिलना चाह रहे हैं. So what you will leave them in terms of messages within those 30 seconds? Does it explain the scenario? So you are meeting a very high profile business people. You can have whoever is your role model, you can think about it. And you got those 30-second opportunity. You can't beg for a job. I'm intentionally using the word beg. I've seen a lot of people who start altogether in a different way. But you have to create an impression that you should get a call back. Somebody who wants to really meet you to discuss things further. So you have 3 more minutes. My watch shows 4:42, so we will reconvene 4:45. Articulate something which you can explain in 30 seconds effectively, and that should leave an impression and you should expect a call back. So we will reconvene 4:45. Okay, so I hope you are back, and if you can raise your hand and we can invite you to share your 30-second intro, and I'm gonna run the stopwatch. I would suggest that you should run the stopwatch as well. So anyone who wants to raise hand and share that, Nizam, you might have to help me there. I can't see any raised hand yet.
You have raised already.
Okay.
Go on, Nizam.
So the first one is Mohammad Ghani Rafe. Before I open your mic, let me tell you guys, we have an icon over here that shows if you're not attentive. So we can see if you're not attentive. So Mohammad Ghani, I see this icon on your hair, but I'm gonna unmute you. Please go on if you can hear me.
Hello, is my voice clear?
Yes.
Okay, so my name is.
You are on a stopwatch. Yep.
All right, so my name is Muhammad, and I'm an aspiring professional accountant, and I go with the mindset of adding value to every organization that I become a part of. My goal is just not to relay information or do what is prescribed to me. I believe in going above and beyond my duties and responsibilities. Something that would set me apart would be that I'm not afraid of taking risks, and I believe in learning from every experience that comes
Thanks. I
towards
think
my way.
that's where the 30 seconds over. Great. I think you got you really touched upon a couple of things which person is definitely gonna remember. आप थोड़ा सा इसको articulation अपनी बेहतर करेंगे तो it will become more impactful, I would say, if I use that word. So आपकी thought process is right, and you are talking about something like the value addition, you are talking about the mindset, and you are talking about the professional accountant. So you have given them the scope, what you do, which is great. So just iski articulation, you have to really work on how you write it, and we will see some of the examples of articulation today, that how the articulation work and how it's created an inspiration for the audience. Okay, but thank you very much. It was great. Thank you.
All right, thank you.
Next we have Muhammad Ali. You can unmute yourself and go on. Thank you.
Assalamu alaikum.
Walaikum salam. Please go on.
This is Muhammad Ali here. I am ACCA part qualified, and I am working as an staff accountant at ASO Consultancy Services. My roles are payable related tasks and financial reporting related tasks, as I am working on impairment, goodwill impairment. I'm keen to learn new activities, and I'm more concerned in becoming MOS specialist, Microsoft Office specialist.
Thank you. 30 seconds over. Right. So now I'll request. We have heard Muhammad Ali. Can anybody comment whether you will remember, and if you will remember, what you will remember? And you have to remember the profile you are interacting with. Okay. So said qualities, part qualified. What else? You can write in a Muhammad Ghani, you can write it in a question one. So I just want you to comment on what you heard from Muhammad Ali and what you remember. AS consultant, experienced. So now my next question, when you will give a call back to Muhammad Ali? I can't remember the two of them. It's just a normal profile. Okay. What else? Guys, we need a very, very candid conversation because we all gonna help each other to improve. It's not a monologue. I can't be right always, and you can't be like just suppose that whatever I'm telling is the right thing to do. So you have to participate and tell me what you remember from Muhammad Ali. Yeah, we were not at a job interview, so there is no shortlisting. You got 30 seconds with a very high profile individual, and you want that individual to remember you. You are not applying for a job. You are expecting to get engaged. आप उनको अपने नेटवर्क का पार्ट बनाना चाह रहे हैं, आप उनसे जॉब लेने नहीं गए हुए. So there need to be something that set him apart, which was lacking, maybe. Okay, so I don't remember his expertise, so don't know when I'll require him. Okay, great. So just giving you, Muhammad Ali, a quick feedback. There's nothing right and wrong. It's all about what memories or what experience you have generated there, and you should be aware of when you interact, you engage, you are adding somebody in your network based on the opinion that person will carry for you. हम अभी एक philosophy की बात करेंगे कि हम तो exist ही नहीं करते ना, as a human being, as a physical being, we don't exist. We exist as opinions which people carry about us. So it's important that what kind of opinion, what kind of experience we generate, so people should be able to build opinion based on the experience which they are having. Okay, so we can go next. Can we, Nizam, can we pick up somebody else?
I had Amir Shafiq Khan raised his hand, but now Lord, but I'll let him come up if he wishes. Amir Shafiq Khan.
Okay, I think Amir has got a background noise. Ji, Amir.
Assalamu alaikum, sir.
Walaikum salams, and your stopwatch starts now.
Yes, sir. Sir, I think a person should be committed and have knowledge according to the current market and must have a competency to carry out the job.
Okay, great. So that's an opinion we heard. But what I should remember about you, I'll give you another
sir,
question. You have to introduce
sir,
yourself और आपको अपना background noise जो है वो control करना.
We'll move on to the next candidate, sir.
Yeah.
Ali Akbar. You can unmute yourself.
Hi, this is Ali. I'm a finance professional with expertise in ERP, Oracle, EBS implementation, system automation, financial and business intelligence reporting. Currently, I am leading ERP functional team at Sapphire Retail, but looking forward for new opportunities and value-adding activities at new organizations or locations.
Thank you. So Ali, you are looking for a job. So you got an opportunity to add somebody like of the profile of the big businessman in your network, and you immediately put that person off because you are asking for a job. This is introduction. This is a 30-second introduction.
Okay. Got the point. Got the point.
Yeah, right. So you have got a great things to tell, but you are not asking for a job. You are trying to bring those people in your network. You are trying to engage and initiate a relationship, right? That's the first thing we do. We don't ask for jobs.
Right, got the point.
You have got a very good profile. Just try to articulate your intro better. And if we can request Urwa Sheikh. Now I can see the hands now. Urwa Sheikh.
Sure, sir. So you can go on, Urwa Sheikh.
Good evening, everyone. Can you hear me?
Yes, and your time starts now.
My name is Urwa Sheikh and I am based in Multan. I am ACCA part qualified. I was looking for jobs since 2 months. I couldn't find it, so I decided to be an entrepreneur. I am opening up my own restaurant within a week because I think that's the only thing I'm good at it because I don't have any professional experience at this age. And since I live in Multan, so I couldn't find any firms
Okay,
or any.
30 seconds, 30 seconds. All right. Thank you very much. I think uh, you are reflecting a certain mindset, but I think what I'll avoid if I were you, I'll not use the word part qualified. I'll use the word I'm on a journey of professional accounting, and I'm planning to open up my own business, right? So these are the two things which I would like other person to remember, and the type of business a little bit, or if you want to talk about the market sizing a little bit. But I'll not use the word part qualified. That's not the term. And again, you have to understand, you are not for the job interview. You are not interacting with the people. And that's where we have to start seeing a difference. You are interacting with the person socially and professionally. It's not an interview call. That might convert into an interview call after 3 or 4 engagements. But how you will plan those networking events and a network to bring that person closer to you and understand you better to bring to that offer letter, or you might be looking for to them as a key investors, right? They are the big shots and they keep investing in a different business. So they might not be your employer, they might become a partner for you. So think about that. If you are in a 30 seconds, what you want to achieve if you get an opportunity to interact. And again, it's not a job interview. You can't request a job or opportunity in 30 seconds. You will put off the person. You are just initiating a relationship, right? So if you move to next.
Mohammed bin Arshad.
Please go ahead. Take it. Mohammed bin Arshad.
Good evening, everybody. This is Mohammed bin Arshad. Hope you can hear me.
Yes, and your time starts now.
Yeah. My name is Mohammed bin Arshad, and I am currently in a professional qualification journey. My work experience includes regional merchandiser, sales coordinator, and marketing executive. I've always been up for challenging work since childhood, as you can see through my work experiences. I've been working since 10th grade, and due to that, my work experience enables me to strongly demonstrate strong marketing skills, whereas my academic skills enables me to analyze and hit the market at the right time and the right
Hold
market.
on.
Thank you.
30 seconds. Thank you. Okay, guys. So Mohammed bin Arshad. Now, if you can go to the question one, and can you share what you heard? What you will remember about Mohammed bin Arshad? Working since 10th grade. He was too fast. 10th grade, too fast. Okay. He has experience in marketing skill. Experience of retail sector, fast sector. Okay, thank you very much for the feedback. So, Mohammed bin Arshad, I think you got the feedback. People remember that 10th grade. People remember that you are marketeer, and they feel you were too fast, right? So, if you want to create an impact, you can't talk that fast. You have got a lovely experience. You started well, and you refer your CV, and you talked about you are looking for a challenging opportunity. Again, I'm not sure. I'll come back to one of a experience which we had with the employer, and they shared something back with us. We are not for the job interview. We are not looking for the job interview. We have, if we can request Saqib Fatani.
Yes.
And then I'll come to Zunair bin Asher, and that's where we will move on. So apologies from people who want to share. We will get more opportunities later, but I think that's creating the tone that what we are doing and how we should be doing.
Okay, thank you. Thank you for giving me time. Myself, Mohammed Saqib. I live in Karachi. I have 4 years of experience in finance department. Uh, Moving through, progressing to ACC qualification. I am more interested in working with working with organizations who really believe in uh, adapting technologies and looking around more opportunities for their existing business
Thank you.
model.
Thank you, Sakib. Thank you, Sakib. It's 30 seconds over. Right. So thank you. I'll come back to you again. We quickly have a word from Zunair bin Asher.
Thank you, sir. Can you hear me?
Yeah, we can.
Yeah, it's me, Zunair, and I am a professional accountant at a young age of just 19. I know I have a little experience, but yeah, I have a potential and I am looking for opportunities to implement my ideas. And I am also a risk taker person. I also have investment in the stock market, so I want to achieve my goals and go beyond my reach, but just look for opportunities.
Okay. Great. Thank you. Thank you, Zunair. And now I'll invite everybody. What was my specific instructions? And then we will review the two last introduction. What was my specific instructions for the introduction? What we are trying to build here? Okay. Building relationship. Great. Thank you. So that's been जो मैंने आपसे गुफ्तगू की थी और जो मैंने आपको एक स्कोप दिया था, there is a one comment which says ACCA head, and do let me know what does it mean. You want to put a comment in terms of the instruction. ACCA Pakistan head. Sumaira Khalid, you want make an impression. Sumaira Khalid, you want to comment something? I think we couldn't get that one. Sumaira, if you want to unmute yourself and you want to share something. Okay, so that's mean we are listening. Like if I go back to the comments which I can see here, that's mean we are listening. One of the feedback we got from employer, and that's not one employer, that's a quite a number of employers who gave us a feedback that listening is one of a skill they are always looking, right? Listening is a wonderful skill which employers or a client, even if you are in a business, so your clients and your employers are looking for a wonderful skill which is called listening. Listening is a different skill. Listening means that you will listen, you will absorb, and then you will reflect, right? So there are 3 steps happens after listening. So जो आप सुन रहे होते हैं तो आप पहले वो information absorb करते हैं, फिर आप उसके बाद उसको अंडरस्टैंड करते हैं और फिर आप उसको रिफ्लेक्ट करते हैं अपनी कन्वर्सेशन में या एक्शंस में. अभी अगर आपने देखा होगा तो जो इंस्ट्रक्शंस थी, एंड आई एम वेरी प्लेजेंटली सरप्राइज्ड दैट दोस इंस्ट्रक्शंस आर वेरी वेल absorbed by everybody, what we were looking for as a 30-second thing, what we can achieve and what we are looking for as term of the outcome. But jo actions the, that was not the reflection of that listening. So there's some lag. Ye lag kyun aata hai? Even when you are getting such a explicit instruction, but we still do, and we get carried away with our own emotion. Ye lag kyun aata hai? Why we have that one? Agar hum listen, if we are listening and still we are not acting accordingly. Any view, and there's no right and wrong answer. So क्यों ऐसा होता है कि बहुत दफा हमें instructions बहुत clear भी मिली होती हैं, but we still get carried away with something else and we may not follow those instructions as we are supposed to. Language barrier, active. I'm very bad in reading Roman, guys. Active nahi hota hai. Okay, yeah, sometimes we are not very attentive, right? Habit. It's hard to change the mindset. Wishful thinking again. Not listening carefully, not attentive. Yeah. I think all these things. But isse bhi zyada jo hota hai na, that's, we call it a habits and routines. Over the period हम अपनी एक habits और routines develop करते हैं, और उन habits और routine की basis पे हम अपने actions decide कर रहे होते हैं. हम as a nation, हमारी habit ये है कि we don't listen, we wait for our turn to speak. ठीक है, आपने अपने आप को evaluate करना है. हम discovery phase में हैं इस वक्त, so आपने evaluate करना है. Most of the time we don't listen, we just wait for our turn to speak. ये हमारी एक जर्नल हैबिट है. हम अगले बंदे की बात नहीं सुन रहे होते, लेकिन और ऑल्दो वी आर देयर, वी आर प्रेजेंट, लेकिन हम सिर्फ अपनी बारी का इंतजार कर रहे होते हैं. और उसमें क्या होता है कि हमने वो ऑलरेडी अपना माइंड बना लिया होता है कि मैंने क्या कहना. rather than listening, absorbing, understanding and reflecting, हम straight forward उस चीज पे आ जाते हैं. अच्छा मेरी बारी आ गई, मैंने तो ये कहना है, right? So we believe, and generally अगर आपने अपनी recent competencies ACCA की देखी हो, तो उसमें एक बड़ा important competency है, that is called EQ, emotional quotient, या जिसको emotional intelligence कहते हैं. मैंने आपको बार बार एक सिनेरियो दिया. You are talking to a very senior guys and they are entirely not interested in the details. They would love to work, hire, engage young people, provided you manage to create an impression. टैलेंट हंट जो इस वक्त बोर्ड रूम में कन्वर्सेशन हो रही है ना, सबसे बड़ा इशू यही है कि टैलेंट अवेलेबल नहीं है, और टैलेंट रिटेन करना जो है वो बहुत मुश्किल होया हुआ है. सो यू माइट बी वर्किंग विद द फियर कि जॉब्स मिलेंगी या नहीं मिलेंगी. द बोर्ड रूम डिस्कशन इज दैट कि हमें टैलेंट मिलेगा कि नहीं मिलेगा, हम बिजनेसेस को आगे कैसे चलाएंगे, और टैलेंट अगर आ भी जाता है तो वो रुकता नहीं. सो हाउ वी गोना रिटेन टैलेंट, एंड दैट्स वन ऑफ अ डिबेट गोइंग ऑन, एंड नॉट ओनली इन पाकिस्तान, अक्रॉस द ग्लोब. और ये इसका कोविड-19 से कोई ताल्लुक नहीं है, पिछले 2-3 साल की डिबेट है, हाउ टू एक्वायर एंड देन रिटेन द टैलेंट. ये बहुत बड़ा इशू है, बिकॉज देयर इज अ बिग गैप इन टर्म ऑफ द अवेलेबिलिटी ऑफ ह्यूमन रिसोर्सेज एंड अवेलेबिलिटी ऑफ टैलेंट. टैलेंट जो है वो माइंडसेट से आता है. आपका सारा स्किल सेट और टूल सेट एक जगह रह जाता है, क्योंकि 12 मंथ्स में स्किल सेट और टूल सेट की रिक्वायरमेंट्स चेंज हो जाती है. जो रिक्वायरमेंट चेंज नहीं होती वो है फंडामेंटल्स पे जो लोग काम कर रहे होते हैं, जो माइंडसेट पे काम कर रहे होते हैं. सो लिसनिंग इज अ वन इम्पोर्टेंट कैपेबिलिटी, इट्स अ इम्पोर्टेंट स्किल सेट. सो अंडरस्टैंड कि आप इस स्किल सेट में कहाँ खड़े हैं. डू यू लिसन, absorb, understand or and reflect, or you wait for your turn to speak, और जैसे ही आपको बारी मिलती है या माइक मिलता है, you just go ahead and you talk whatever you wanted to talk, rather than कि आप emotionally एक intelligent engagement कर रहे हो, which should be building a long term relationship, or you are making a comment because you wanted to make a comment, right? So आप अपनी इस habit को जरूर देखिएगा कि where we stand in terms of that. Now I'll take it back. हमने तकरीबन 5-6 मिनट दरमियान में गुजारे हैं. Can you tell me the last 2 introductions which you heard, what you heard out of that? उस introduction में क्या चीजें थी? Last 2 introductions. Lives in Karachi. Talk fast, looking for job. We was working in own business, qualified at 19, ERP implementation 19, interest in stock market 10th grade. 10th grade में शायद आप थोड़ा ज्यादा पीछे चलेंगे. मैं last two आपके intros थे उनकी बात कर रहे हैं. Okay, so that gives you the context. I think everybody can see the context, how people remember and what they remember. So entrepreneurship, and that's not from the last two, that was previous one. So entrepreneurship is something which is remembered. 19-year-old, 10th grade, stock market, right? So these are the terminology which people are picking up on that. So articulation matters a lot. Emotionally intelligent articulation. आप अपनी ऑडियंस को जानते हुए उनको वो जुमले और मैसेजेस देते हैं जिसकी बेस पे वो आपको याद रखते हैं. I'll give you a question and then we will move on. मेरा सवाल आपसे ये है कि अगर आप एक जॉब इंटरव्यू के लिए गए हैं तो वो जॉब इंटरव्यू कौन कंट्रोल करता है? एक जॉब इंटरव्यू कौन कंट्रोल करता है? You can put your remarks there. So question is, अगर आप एक जॉब इंटरव्यू के लिए गए हैं तो वो जॉब इंटरव्यू कौन कंट्रोल करता है? HR department, I control the way it goes. Myself, HR department, employer, HR manager, HR department, interviewee himself, interview based on its output. So you can see the diversity here, and that's the beauty of the group. So you are right, it's always the interviewee who controls the interview. आपका CV भी नहीं कंट्रोल करता, आप कैंडिडेट खुद कंट्रोल करता. Yeah, you're right. It's always the candidate who controls the interview. Right? Just like management is the first line of defense and controls. So it's a candidate who controls that. कैसे कंट्रोल किया जाता है इंटरव्यू, ठीक है, और क्यों जरूरी है? कैसे किया जाता है, we will learn during the session, but there are two things you have to remember. It's always the candidate or interviewee who controls the interview. Why interview has to or candidate has to control the interview? क्योंकि उसके पास अगले सवालों के जवाब होते हैं, उसने वो सवाल उनको देने होते हैं जिसकी बेस पे वो जवाब दे सके जो वो बहुत तैयारी करके गया हुआ है. So 80-90% इंटरव्यू जो है, जिस तरह आप उसको प्रिडिक्ट करेंगे और जिस तरह आप चलाना चाहेंगे, you can do that. और क्यों ये जरूरी है कंट्रोल? Because you are the one who has to create an impression, right? You are the one who has to sell your services. So अगर आप बायर को राइट दे देंगे कि वो सारा कुछ कंट्रोल करे तो आपके सेलिंग स्किल्स वहां पे खत्म हो जाते हैं. So आप जब एक इंटरव्यू में बैठे होते हैं एज अ कैंडिडेट, यू आर द वन हु हैज टू सेल योर सर्विसेज. तो आपने उस पूरी कन्वर्सेशन को एक कंट्रोल एनवायरनमेंट में चलाना होता है. सो यू कैन ब्रिंग आउट the best things about yourself or your skill set or your mindset or the tool sets you work on. So आप उन चीजों को एक्सप्लेन कर सकें. अगर आप वो इंटरव्यूअर पे छोड़ देंगे या HR डिपार्टमेंट पे छोड़ देंगे तो दे मे नॉट बी एबल टू ब्रिंग इट आउट. सो और आपको इंटरव्यू में यू हैव टू गो बियॉन्ड द CV, क्योंकि CV तो उन्होंने देख लिया हुआ है ना. सो नाउ इट्स योर अपॉर्चुनिटी टू रियली इंटरैक्ट, बिल्ड द रिलेशनशिप एंड क्रिएट एन इम्प्रेशन. So आपने कंट्रोल करना होता है. So I'm glad there are a lot of people who already understand that side, but जानने और मानने में फर्क होता है, ठीक है. बहुत दफा हम चीजें जानते हैं लेकिन जब एक्चुअली उसको प्रैक्टिस करने जाते हैं तो हम मिस आउट कर जाते हैं, भूल जाते हैं, स्ट्रेस होती है, कंफ्यूजन होती है. सो हमने वो कॉन्फिडेंस बिल्ड करना है इस सेशन में कि जो हम जानते हैं उसको हम प्रैक्टिस भी कर सकें, राइट. सो I'll take a stop here and अब यहाँ पे I would try कि मैं आपके साथ एक वीडियो शेयर कर सकूं. ये जिन लोगों ने ओरिएंटेशन अटेंड की थी, हमने एक वीडियो देखी थी and that video is about the one of a guitar play. निजाम, if we can run that video, और जितनी देर में निजाम वीडियो लोड कर रहे हैं, let me leave you with the question. हम इस पूरे सेशन में बहुत ज्यादा क्वेश्चन आंसर्स में चल रहे होंगे क्योंकि the question is the one which will help us to really challenge or evaluate ourselves. और हम इस वक्त डिस्कवरी मोड में हैं. हमने अपने आप को इवैल्यूएट करना है, असेस करना है, अपनी हैबिट्स और रूटीन्स को रिव्यू करना है और उसको चेंज करना है. अब जो वीडियो आप देखेंगे ये तकरीबन 7-8 मिनट की वीडियोस है। आई होप कि जिन लोगों ने ओरिएंटेशन अटेंड की थी उन्होंने ये वीडियो 2-3 दफा देखी होगी। इस वीडियो देखने के बाद मेरा आपसे सवाल ये होगा कि इस वीडियो में आपने क्या देखा। ठीक है, यू हैव टू शेयर व्हाट यू हैव सीन इन दैट वीडियो। सो अभी निजाम वो वीडियो रन कर रहे हैं एंड आई वुड लाइक यू टू रिव्यू कि आपने और शेयर कि आपने इस वीडियो में क्या देखा। Over to you, Nizam. Nizam, अगर हम इसको instrumental piece called gratitude, please welcome.
Can you come again, sir?
What were
Sorry.
you saying?
सॉरी, इसको थोड़ा सा एक स्टेप पीछे कर लें, एक स्टेप सिर्फ, जहां से उसने अनाउंस किया था अमीन तूफानी को।
I'll have to restart.
That's fine, रीस्टार्ट कर लें इसको।
Sorry, Sajid, it's not letting me continue from here.
Thank you, Arun, and you can take it down now. Thank you very much. So quickly, क्या देखा आपने? If you can raise your hand and I'll invite you to talk. Ali Akbar. Okay, gone. Ali Akbar, your hand is raised. And now gone. So, Mohammed bin Arshad.
Yes, can you hear me?
जी जी Arshad.
Yeah, I think इसमें ज़्यादा perception का खेल था in the initial few minutes. There was a perception that the guy wouldn't be playing very well, and then when the hopes were down, he suddenly picked it up, and then he continued to play with people's feelings. That's what I think it happened.
Thank you, Arshad. Good observation. Usman Khalid.
I have noticed that he initially said that he has a song, but when it came for him to sing a song, it was just to do with the guitar. So there wasn't a song, it was just to do with the instrument. And the other point, which was mentioned by the previous candidate, that he initially gave an impression that he does not know how to play or sing, but eventually he surprised everyone.
Thank you, Usman. But the song may have a different meaning in the music industry. Not necessary. It does not require to have a lyrics always. I can have a song and I can just run it on the piano without having any lyrics. So that's from a music industry perspective, it's still a song. Amir Khan.
Okay, so I saw a lot of things. And number one thing is the video is produced by DireTube. Second, it's Amir Fani at Howard. It's John F. Kennedy School of Governance. And he's basically, he is focused on the chronicles that captures his journey at Howard. He's gonna, he talked about the high lows and the yes nos and the friendships that he has created. There's also the gratitude part, which is basically the theme of the song or the name of the song, you can say. And he's also talking about the caliber and authenticity. My bad. So again, the next thing is that he has two mics right next to. He sets two mics to him. I think I'm going in a little bit too detailed, but this is what I noticed. And first he started to play with the left hand, then he switched it because that was the gimmick or the attention grabber in that sense. So he switched to the right hand, and that's when he played without a pick. So, pick. And then he's wearing a light blue shirt with the gray tie, with the gray pant. He's wearing glasses. There's a brown bench beneath him, and his one feet is, is a little bit high, and he's playing with that. And at the song's heart itself, I believe.
Thank you,
yeah.
Amir. I think.
Yeah.
Okay. No, it's
Sorry,
a great observation, by the way. It's a great observation, quite in detail. But thank you very much. So we will come back again, definitely. So Zunair bin Asher, if we can request Zunair bin
So
Asher.
can you hear me?
Yeah.
Yeah, he was multitask. He was also playing drum with his guitar, and that he was not shy to take out his comp in front of that much audience. And in the last, he also did not clap the.
Sir, can you hear me?
Can we go for next?
Sure, sir. So Muhammad Ali.
Hello, sir. I have noted few things. The first one is authenticity and caliber. Number two is Harvard University, and number three is change of hands while using guitars. I think is a change of mind that interact or that interact a huge amount of people.
Okay. Should we go to the next? So are you with me?
Yeah, can we go next, Nizam?
Right, sir.
There.
So Ali Akbar.
Hi. Well, the message I think I got from this song is that he's trying to tell his journey at the Harvard, the ups and downs. The music describes in that way. Also, he's trying to convey his message in a non-conventional way, not by giving a lecture or by talking. He's trying to convey his point, and I think he has got a much better audience. What word you should I use? Attention than instead of giving a speech. That's all. Thank you.
Thank you, Ali. We'll move on to Ghani, Muhammad Ghani Rafe.
Hello, is my voice clear now?
Yeah, it's clear. Please go on.
So basically, what I saw in the video was that Amir Tufani was detailing his experiences and what he went through at Harvard. And for the 5 seconds, he holds the guitar the wrong way, showing his initial phase where he was a newbie at the university. And then he starts slow and then gets into a rhythm later. And towards the end of his play, he starts to play the drum as well, like using his guitar. And I think that shows like at the end of his university life that he had achieved something new and was ready to face the world.
Thank you, Ghani. Next is Numan Mehman.
Sir, can you hear me?
Yes, clearly.
Yes, sir. So I saw the dedication of the person. He was engaged towards his task. He was not afraid of audience, what audience will think about his getup, or he was even not seeing towards the audience. He was fully engaged in his task, which shows his dedication towards. That's
Thank
all.
you. Thank you. Next is Saifur Rahman.
Okay, after Saf, we will go with we will come back to the video again. So Saf, after you.
It looks like he's a little bit shy, but whatever he was doing, he was completely focused on doing that job.
Okay, great. So guys, thank you. अब मैं आपसे ना बड़ा specific question करने लगा हूँ. The specific question is that जब वो enter हुआ, जब उसका नाम announce हुआ, so there was a certain reaction from the audience. बड़ा warm welcome किया था लोगों ने उसको. जब वो enter हुआ था, जब उसका नाम announce हुआ था. Can anybody tell me why? When you get such a warm welcome? Because people knew what kind of experience the person is going to generate for them. So there was a reputation, there was a network, and he has created, based on his previous experience, he has already created a certain expectation कि अमीन तूफानी अगर जब stage पे आएगा तो what kind of experience the person will generate. Then it's a farewell speech, and we have heard a lot of farewell speech. इसने भी वही बात की, मेरा बड़ा अच्छा टाइम गुजरा है, मैं सबको याद रखूंगा, लेकिन इसने जो articulation थी, the way he has articulated, that's why I will request you to go back and अभी जो हम गुफ्तगू कर रहे हैं उसके context में आपने इसको दोबारा से देखना है. जो उसने गुफ्तगू की थी उसकी articulation बहुत खूबसूरत थी. Highs and lows, yes and no's, right? Our friendship will overlap, I think it was like more around our friendship will overlast the fame side of it. So उसमें एक level of confidence था कि मशहूर तो हमने हो ही जाना है ना. So our friendship will outlive the fame we will get. So fame जो था ये एक बड़ा confidence का level था कि यार अभी तो मैं student हूँ, मैं निकल रहा हूँ, लेकिन हमारी जो friendship है वो मेरी शोहरत से बड़ी होगी, वो ज्यादा देर वो कायम रहेगी. Can anybody sitting in a classroom, अभी फेयरवेल हो रहा है, कॉलेज से बाहर निकल रहे हैं, पाकिस्तान में तो जब आप एक बिल्कुल उस लेवल पे आते हैं, चाहे आप यूनिवर्सिटी में हो, ACCA में हो, जहाँ पे आप मार्केट में जाने वाले होते हैं, तो टांगे कांप रही होती हैं, फियर होता है, नौकरी मिलेगी नहीं मिलेगी. अभी और ये सिर्फ पाकिस्तान में नहीं होता, हर कंट्री में इसी प्रोसेस और इमोशनल स्ट्रेस से स्टूडेंट्स गुजरते हैं. एंड ही इज टॉकिंग अबाउट द फेम. ही इज नॉट टॉकिंग अबाउट कि मैं जॉब करूंगा या ये करूंगा. उसने कहा हमारी फ्रेंडशिप विल आउटलिव my fame, right? That's the level of confidence. Then throughout that experience, while he was जब वो गिटार के साथ engaged था, उसकी body language ने पूरी ऑडियंस को engage किया हुआ था. वो जो experience generate कर रहा था, जो उसकी body language थी, वो बहुत different थी. That was quite engaging. वो उसके passion को, how much he is enjoying, people were enjoying that what he was enjoying. Believe me, he is not the best guitarist in the world, but that's the best experience he has created for the audience who were sitting there. उसने उनके लिए एक बड़ा अच्छा experience generate किया, और ये experience overnight नहीं generate होता. इसके पीछे definitely practice है, effort है. उसने plan किया कि उसने ये experience किस तरह generate करना है, और फिर उसने execute किया flawlessly, right? So that's how you think about the audience and the customer, and you generate experience. Based on that experience, people remember him. ठीक है, उनको नहीं याद कि अमीन तूफानी as a individual physical being क्या है, but वो जो experience उसने generate किया और उस experience ने जो opinion generate की, अमीन तूफानी will always exist as a opinion with that person, चाहे वो उससे दोबारा मिले या ना मिले. लेकिन वो opinion जो उसने develop करवाई है, वो एक wow factor था इस particular audience के लिए. So it's not about the expertise in the guitar. It's the body language. जिस तरह वो enter हुआ, उसने अपने network और reputation build की हुई है, expectation set की हुई है, और फिर वो आता है, वो एक experience generate करता है जो बड़ा engaging experience है, and then he creates still a wow factor for people जो वो expect कर रहे थे. He again surpassed that expectation, और उसके बाद उसको एक standing ovation मिल रही है, right? So this is how the experience thing works. Experience is not that you have to be the best in the field. That's something which is given. You have to be way better, and you have to understand the area you are working in. But the most important thing, आप क्या customer experience generate करते हैं. जब हमने अभी introductions की बात की थी सुबह 30 सेकंड की, उसमें बहुत से लोगों ने different experience generate किया एक senior person का while introducing themselves, right? People who have generated that experience, वहां पे जहां wow factor था, the person will remember that because that's the opinion. He helped the other person to build a right kind of opinion, or he has initiated or influenced that opinion which the person wanted to create. और अगर वो एक ऐसा experience था जिसमें other person might have maybe put off, or या वो उसमें there was nothing special to remember, so that's the opinion. You miss the chance to influence the opinion, right? So customer, end of the day, it's the value which you generate for your customer. That's the most important thing you do. So every day when you wake up, the first question you need to ask that what kind of experience I'm going to generate for my customer, right? अभी यहाँ पे बहुत सी डिबेट हो सकती है कि आपका कस्टमर कौन है, but let's stick to that factor. When you wake up in the morning, the first question you need to ask yourself, what kind of experience I'm going to generate today? And the answer should always be wow. You always go for customer delight and you always create a wow factor. You always go way beyond the expectation and you do something which is outstanding, where the people remember you. They build an opinion and you revalidate opinion, or you surpass expectation again, and then you create a new opinion which is better than the previous one. That's how we exist for the society. Opinions, experiences, और opinions develop होती है उन experiences से जो हम everyday basis पे generate करते हैं दूसरे लोगों के लिए. अब इसमें I'll take a step back and let's try to see हम जो अभी इसमें अगले जितना discovery phase है, we will be focusing on the questions. और हमारे सारे के सारे questions जो हैं वो what and why पे मबनी होंगे. We will be focusing on what and why and we will not be looking at how question. ठीक है? Discovery phase में what और why questions पे हम लोग focus करेंगे and how factor पे हम नहीं जाएंगे. क्यों, क्या करना है और क्यों करना है, कैसे करना है पे हम नहीं जा रहे. ठीक है? So remember that what and why, and I'll encourage you कि आप अपने routine में इन दो questions को incorporate करके देखें and then try to practice that one. That will help. That may be helpful to clear your own thought process और आपके लिए अपने लिए जो life का purpose ढूंढना है इस discovery phase में, वो आपको बहुत सी clarities ला के देगा जब आप what and why में होंगे. जब आप how part में जाने की कोशिश करेंगे वो आपके लिए imagination की limitation generate कर देगा. If you are driven enough for what and why, how part हमेशा आप figure out कर देते हैं. How is the easiest part to figure out? अगर आपने what and why का आंसर दे दिया, it may take longer, but how part, path, journey, milestone आप सब achieve करेंगे अगर आपने पहले दो questions का आंसर दे दिया. Most of the time हम इन दो questions को छोड़ के how part में ज्यादा interested होते हैं and we can't get that drive क्योंकि how part में बहुत effort लगती है. उस effort के लिए purpose होना जरूरी है, then you can put in that effort. अगर आपके पास वो purpose नहीं है, वो what and why नहीं है, तो फिर how part की effort में आके आप demotivate भी होंगे, आपको opportunities नजर आना भी बंद हो जाएंगे और हर road block के ऊपर आप वहां पे एक pessimistic mindset में चले जाएंगे. राइट? क्योंकि आपको पता ही नहीं है कि आप ये क्या अचीव करना चाह रहे हैं और क्यों अचीव करना चाह रहे हैं. आपने जस्ट एक जर्नी स्टार्ट कर ली है कि दिस इज हाउ आई कैन डू इट. राइट? व्हाट यू वांट टू डू एंड व्हाई यू वांट टू डू, दैट्स द फंडामेंटल क्वेश्चन यू नीड टू आंसर. Okay, so I can see some question which is talking about electricity, as there is an electricity problem. Yeah, there will be some recordings available in a closed circle, so recordings आपके पास available होंगी. Okay, अब इसमें दूसरी प्रैक्टिस जो है वो है बॉडी लैंग्वेज की. जब आप कहीं पे किसी भी कमरे में एंटर होते हैं, एक सोशल प्रोफेशनल गैदरिंग में एंटर होते हैं, आप एक इंटरव्यू के लिए रूम में एंटर होते हैं, तो जो आपकी बॉडी लैंग्वेज है दैट्स डिफाइन इट इन अ 30 सेकेंड्स कि आपके साथ क्या होने वाला है या आप क्या करने वाले हैं. ठीक है? योर बॉडी लैंग्वेज. सबसे ज्यादा कम्युनिकेशन जो होती है वो नॉन वर्बल होती है. सबसे बड़ी जो और जो इंप्रेसिव कम्युनिकेशन है वो भी सारी नॉन वर्बल है. अब इसमें मैं 2-3 एग्जांपल्स आपको देता हूं. जस्ट इमेजिन कि आप एक रूम में एंटर हो रहे हैं. आपका जो we can't, let me try with the video one, that might work. ठीक है? आप एक रूम में एंटर होते हैं और आपके कंधे ऐसे झुके हुए हैं, सर भी झुका हुआ है और आप इजी, बहुत लेजी फॉर्म में एंटर हुए हैं कमरे में. That's clearly indicate you are not an important person, you are not going to conquer the world today. 30 सेकंड में आपकी बॉडी लैंग्वेज ने उसको एक मैसेज जनरेट किया है उस एनवायरनमेंट में. You are somebody who lack confidence, you are somebody who is not prepared, you are somebody who is not sure why you exist on this in this world, right? अभी आप अपने पर्पस और अपने what and why के क्वेश्चंस को आपने आंसर नहीं किया हुआ, लेकिन आप उठ के रूम में आ गए because somebody told you कि this is how it works and you just started doing it. लेकिन आपको उसमें आपका जो बिलीफ फैक्टर है, आपका पैशन है, आपकी क्लैरिटी है, वो अभी मिसिंग है। और दूसरा, उसी रूम में एक शख्स एंटर होता है और ये शोल्डर उसके स्ट्रेट है और वो एक बिल्कुल एक with the chin up, and he entered the room, and then everybody can notice there's somebody who entered in the room and they know why they are here and they are going to conquer the world. So आपकी body language is the first thing which generate that communication, जिस एरिया में, जिस कमरे में, जिस गैदरिंग में आप बैठे होते हैं। जब अमीन तूफानी स्टेज के ऊपर आया था तो there was a certain body language, so it was not arrogant, it was humble, but it was confident. Just go back and review that video again and again, how he has really demonstrated the body language throughout that 7-8 minutes. और वो जो एक एटीट्यूड होता है, इसको हम कहते हैं एक विनर एटीट्यूड। जब आप प्ले ग्राउंड में उतरते हैं ना, तो आप उतरते हैं कि गेम तो मैं जीता हुआ हूँ, मैंने सिर्फ ये डिसाइड करना है कि 4 गोल से जीतना है या मैंने 6 गोल से जीतना है। मैंने ये सवाल नहीं है कि मैं गेम जीता हुआ या नहीं, ये डिसीजन तो मैंने उतरने से पहले ले लिया हुआ है। और चूंकि मैं ये फैसला कर चुका हूँ कि मैं जीता हुआ हूँ, तो वो मेरी बॉडी लैंग्वेज में नजर आना शुरू हो जाएगा और वो मैसेज बहुत क्लियरली दूसरी टीम को चला जाता है। इसी तरह अगर आप प्ले ग्राउंड में उतरते हैं विद द अजम्पशन कि आज आपने जो है यू डोंट वांट टू लूज और आपने जो है अपने आप को डिफेंड करना है, तो आपकी बॉडी लैंग्वेज में क्लियरली नजर आता है यू आर देयर नॉट टू लूज, यू आर नॉट देयर टू विन। ठीक है, ये 2 डिफरेंट एटीट्यूड होते हैं। व्हेन यू वर्क ऑन द रिस्क एवर्स और with the low confidence, I would say, not the risk averse, when you work on a low confidence, तो वो अप्रोच हम उसे कहते हैं ये not to lose की अप्रोच है। और जब आप एक विनर के तौर पे आते हैं तो वहां पे क्लियरली नजर आ रहा होता है कि यू आर देयर टू विन, यू आर नॉट देयर विद द कॉन्सेप्ट कि आज मैंने हारना नहीं है। आप आए हैं, आपने डिसाइड कर लिया हुआ है कि आज आपने जीतना है। यही आपकी सोशल गैदरिंग, आपकी प्रोफेशनल गैदरिंग, आपके इंटरव्यू में यही बॉडी लैंग्वेज जो है ये अदरवाइज भी नजर आ रही होती है। राइट, सो विनर एटीट्यूड, गो बैक टू दैट वीडियो, ट्राई टू फिगर आउट कि आपको वो विनर एटीट्यूड नजर आ रहा है, एंड यू कैन आल्सो सर्च मोर वीडियोस अराउंड द विनर एटीट्यूड। प्रैक्टिस कैसे करें, मैंने देख लिया ये कि हाँ अमीन तूफानी बहुत अच्छा था, एक विनर एटीट्यूड लेके आया, मैंने 4 और रोल मॉडल पकड़े, मैंने उसमें से भी देखा, वो भी एक उनके मुतालिक भी सबने कहा विनर एटीट्यूड है। सो हाउ आई एम गोना प्रैक्टिस दैट। ठीक है, अब मैं इस वक्त हाउ वाला पार्ट आपको दे, आपने फिगर आउट करना है आर यू समबडी हु रियली नीड दैट। ठीक है, व्हाट यू नीड, डू यू नीड अ विनर एटीट्यूड, व्हाई यू नीड अ विनर एटीट्यूड, not because I am telling you या YouTube पे, you have to figure out yourself। ये आपका अपना डिस्कवरी मोड है कि आपको विनर एटीट्यूड चाहिए भी है। You might decide नहीं, I can build my own attitude which may be different। So just go and see what kind of winner attitudes exist out there। It could be a very humble experience, it could be very arrogant experience, it could be overconfidence, or it could be a blend of it, right? So you have to figure out what kind of attitude or what kind of non-verbal communication you want to generate every time you interact with somebody, whether it's your parents, siblings, spouses, employer, client, friends, peers, students, teacher. Every interaction, whether it's a digital or physical, when you get into an interaction, what kind of attitude you want to demonstrate, what kind of experience you want to generate for them, why you want to do that. Okay, what kind of attitude you want to carry, because that will determine your reputation, why you want to have that kind of attitude, why you want to have that kind of reputation. फिर सवाल आएगा आपका हमने कैसे करना है, वो सवाल हम फिगर आउट करेंगे ड्यूरिंग द जर्नी। एक एक्सरसाइज आई कैन गिव यू, शीशे के सामने खड़े हो और whatever you believe, right, whatever you believe कि आपने डिसाइड किया कि this is the kind of body language or attitude I need to demonstrate in every interaction, शीशे के सामने खड़े हो तो उसकी प्रैक्टिस करें और देखें उसका इम्पैक्ट आप पे क्या आ रहा है। जो इम्पैक्ट आप पे आ रहा है वही इम्पैक्ट दूसरों पे आ रहा है। What kind of experience you are generating for yourself in the mirror, that significant experience you are generating for others. Into the self love or self pity there, but be very independent and objective जब आप अपनी self assessment कर रहे होते हैं। But winner attitude. That's one keyword I'm going to leave. You have to figure out कि आपका winner attitude किस तरह demonstrate हो सकता है आपकी body language में. वो कौन सा winner attitude है जो आपके साथ match करता है. So you have to figure out the what part of it. और फिर आपने इस चीज को आंसर करना है why you need that attitude. So आप बार बार what and why में आपको ये reiteration करनी पड़ेगी. आप इस ये बड़ा repetitive task होता है जब आप first time कर रहे होते हैं. confusion होती है, जाता है, सांस फूल जाती है, थक जाता है बंदा because it's too much work emotionally. क्योंकि आप अपने आप को दोबारा चैलेंज कर रहे होते हैं ना. आप अपनी vulnerability openly अपने मुतालिक चेंज होना शुरू हो जाती है. मोस्ट ऑफ द टाइम हम अपने मुतालिक बहुत अच्छी ओपिनियन रखते हैं. अपने लिए हम हमेशा वकील होते हैं, दूसरों के लिए जज होते हैं. जब हम अपने लिए जज बनते हैं we may not be able to really take a pride and और वो शायद हमारे लिए sometimes regretful experiences भी होते हैं.
Yeah, so I would like to ask Harun Saab to come forward. It seems there's some internet connectivity issue, I guess.
He got disconnected. I think let's wait for him to rejoin. Yeah, he's offline. Okay. So let me check if all of you have downloaded the assessment sheet that you were that was being shared.
Sorry, I was switching the internet without realizing कि वो उसमें lag आ जाएगा दरमियान.
Yeah, similar
So
problem on my
everybody-
end. Data issue. Go on, Steve. Okay.
So just quickly, right, last thing कि हम बात कर रहे थे उसकी कि आपके पास एक exercise available है, आपके पास share किया हुआ है एक self assessment tool. 22 competency है. Nobody is supposed to have all those 22 particularly at the student life, but ये 22 competencies हैं जो हर employer और client को पता है. जब ACCA student exam खत्म करके EPASM complete करके और अपनी training खत्म करके आता है, तो ये 22 की competencies हैं जो इस पूरे process में bare minimum develop होनी है. ठीक है? That's a bare minimum standard based on which an employer or कोई client आपको evaluate कर रहा होता है. At least 13-14 out of them they expect कि ये आपको आनी चाहिए और उसमें से 5 ऐसी हैं जो essential हैं जिस पे आप miss out नहीं कर सकते. So आपके लिए exercise ये है कि आपने सबसे पहले तो you have to go back to competency framework. आपने खुद ढूंढना है इस handout से related कि किस जुमले का क्या मतलब है और उसकी एग्जांपल्स क्या हैं. ये आपको ACCA कंटेंट में अवेलेबल होगा. आई एम नॉट गोना साइन पोस्ट के कहाँ अवेलेबल होगा. यू हैव टू फिगर इट आउट. ठीक है? सो आपके एग्जाम कंटेंट में भी है, आपके पास वेबसाइट पे भी पड़ा हुआ है इसकी एग्जांपल्स, where the positive example and where are the negative example for the competencies exist. Figure it out, rate yourself, और फिर जो उसकी टॉप 4 competencies हैं, आपकी जो भी नेक्स्ट टीम असाइनमेंट आ रही है, you need to share examples कि आपने वो कब कहाँ कैसे डेमोस्ट्रेट की थी, and rest of the team has to evaluate कि whether वो demonstration जो आपने एग्जांपल दी है वो सही है या नहीं है. They can share their observation and opinions, right? और किसी की ओपिनियन से आपका अगर if you believe everybody feedback जो आपको मिलता है ना, that's a gift. You may choose to use it or you may choose to ignore it. That's your choice. और जो भी आप चॉइस करेंगे उसके कॉन्सिक्वेंसेस होंगे. सो अच्छे बुरे हर तरह के. सो वी विल बी मेकिंग चॉइसेस और हम throughout the life हम choices we make those choices और उसके consequences होते हैं. We just have to be a little bit thinking ahead and talking about the consequences as well if you do something today or if you don't do something, right? So these are the things you will be doing during the next couple of days और आप अपनी team assignments में उसको use करेंगे. एक last item which I would leave you with are the questions. So कुछ questions हैं which will help you to really figure out जो हमने अभी what और why की बात की थी. एक question है what else. That question force you to look for other options. अगर मैं आपको एक example दूं कि एक कुर्सी के साथ क्या किया जा सकता है तो पहला आंसर नेचुरल आंसर है उस पे बैठा जा सकता है. If I force you what else तो शायद आप कहेंगे उस पे खड़े होके बल्ब भी चेंज किया जा सकता है. If I keep forcing you what else किताबें भी रखी जा सकती हैं, बैग भी रखा जा सकता है. What else you might end up के कुर्सी को तोड़ के उसके जो pieces हैं उसको लड़ाई के लिए use कर, right? So what else is a question which will force you to think for other options. इसी तरह का एक सवाल होता है is it the best I can do? Is that the best I can do? ये आप अपने आप को चैलेंज कर रहे होते हैं उन ऑप्शंस को इवैल्यूएट करने के लिए क्या मैं इससे बेहतर कर सकता हूं. आप अपने लिए बेंचमार्किंग कर रहे होते हैं. और एक लास्ट क्वेश्चन तीसरा सवाल मैं आपको दूंगा वो होता है सो व्हाट. अगर मैंने ये सारा कुछ कर लिया सो व्हाट क्या इंपैक्ट आया इसका, राइट? आउटकम क्या था. बहुत दफा वी गेट कैरिड अवे विद द डिटेल्स ऑफ द एक्टिविटी विदाउट रियलाइजिंग सो व्हाट. अगर मैं ये सारी एक्टिविटी कर भी लेता हूं so what impact I'm going to generate for myself, my family, society, or whoever you want to generate an impact for, right? So 3 questions: what else, is that the best I can do, and so what. Question का जो आपका फोकस होना चाहिए नेक्स्ट कपल ऑफ डेज में वो what and why पे पहले होना चाहिए before you get to how. ठीक है, that's the thought process you have to use. आपने जो आपको असाइनमेंट हैंडआउट में दी गई हुई है जस्ट रिव्यू दोज कॉम्पिटेंसीज, ट्राई टू फाइंड आउट द टेक्स्ट एग्जांपल्स फॉर दैट एंड अप्लाई एंड रेट योरसेल्फ अराउंड इट. और उसको फिर आप नेक्स्ट जो एक्सरसाइज में आएंगे उसमें अब आपने देखना है कि आप उसकी एग्जांपल्स किस तरह शेयर करते हैं कि हाउ यू हैव डेमोंस्ट्रेटेड दैट. टॉप 4 जो पहली 4 है लीडरशिप से रिलेटेड उसमें आपके पास क्या एग्जांपल एग्जिस्ट करती है. इसके अलावा आपने 7 मिनट की वीडियो देखनी है and you have to figure out कि उसमें एक winning attitude किस तरह आपको नजर आ रहा था. और अगर आप चूज करते हैं कि लाइफ में you want to reflect on that winning attitude, शीशे के सामने खड़े हो, अपनी बॉडी लैंग्वेज को खुद इवैल्यूएट करें और कुछ यूट्यूब की वीडियोस और देखेंगे तो you can go for the practice. और लास्ट आइटम 30 सेकंड के अपने इंट्रो की आर्टिकुलेशन डेवलप करना शुरू करें. You always get time in seconds to create an impression. So just make sure you better be prepared for that 30 seconds introduction. And that's your introduction. That's not request for job, right? So that's all from my side. Over to you, Harun.
Thank you very much, Sajid. I think very interesting session. Really enjoyed it myself also. All right, so Sajid ने आपको explain कर दिया है about your assignment now that you take along. On Saturday, you will be meeting as a group in an unmoderated session. जिसका link मैं और निज़ाम आपको forward कर देंगे. This is going to be run on Microsoft Teams. आप खुद से moderate कर रहे होंगे session, and you will be, like Sajid said, you will be working on your self-assessment. You will be working on your introduction pitch, and you will also be discussing the video, the messages from the video. So I think it's going to be an interesting weekend for you. The next session is going to be on Thursday from 4 to 6, and आपको उसका invite आ चुका हुआ है. There were a few individuals asking whether if the recording of the session will be available. So yes, after the session is over, probably takes about 2 hours for the video to be compiled, and then an automatic email will be generated. The email will be sent to all the participants who will be able to review the recording as well. उसमें recording का link मौजूद होगा. At the same time, those individuals जिनके बारे में सजीद कह रहे थे that they had signed up, they did not join, उनको हम 3 classes का time देंगे. अगर वो इस session में join कर लेते हैं 3 sessions में, तो वेल एंड गुड, अगर नहीं करते हैं तो फिर हम उसकी जगह नए इंडिविजुअल्स जो हमारे पास ऑलरेडी जिन्होंने रिक्वेस्ट भेजी हुई हैं हम उनको अपॉर्चुनिटी दे देंगे इसके लिए. For any timing change, please send an email with your complete details कि आप किस ग्रुप के मेंबर हैं, आप स्टूडेंट हैं या आप एफिलिएट हैं, या खाली अपना ग्रुप ही मेंशन कर दें, and then please explain the situation that you're facing, and then let's see if we can put you in another group. इस वक्त जो फॉर्मूला हम यूज़ कर रहे हैं वो बहुत सिंपल सा है, और वो ये है कि हम एफिलिएट्स और मेंबर्स को वी आर अलाउइंग टाइम फ्रॉम 7 to 9, एंड स्टूडेंट्स के लिए हम मेनली 4 to 6 का टाइम सेशन यूज कर रहे हैं. In certain cases, if 4 to 6 is not turning out to be a possibility, we can look at combining or transferring a few individuals from the students group to the affiliates group also. So okay, bye. Is my audio not clear?
It's clear, crystal clear, sir.
All right, thank you very much. Thank you. Great. So our next session is going to be now on Thursday, 4 to 6. Invites are already with you. You're going to use the same link to join in. Let's very quickly gather some feedback also. We'll just take 5 more minutes. What was your feedback from today's session? और आपने feedback जो mention करना है वो please do that in the form of your key takeaways from today's session. Okay? So आपके क्या takeaways थे in a summarized high level manner? आपने please you to share those in the question box. If somebody wants to speak up also, please raise hands, and Nizam, I hope you'll be able to manage the microphone there. But अगर कोई बोलना नहीं चाहता और मैसेज देना चाहता है तो क्वेश्चंस बॉक्स में इसको टाइप कर लीजिए. We are looking for some feedback about today's session. Was it good learning? Did it do some damage to you? Question mark. I mean, if it got you thinking, despite your existing accomplishments, if it's got you thinking of how to change yourself, I mean that is the purpose that has been served. So feedback, and in the meanwhile, I'll look at some questions being asked. Okay. There are some questions being asked about the PER. Is internship counted in PER? Yes, it is counted. As long as you are able to achieve performance objectives, yes, it will be counted. There are certain performance objectives that can be achieved even in a non-relevant role. And अगर आप प्योर अकाउंटिंग एंड फाइनेंस रोल में नहीं है तो ACCA ने कुछ परफॉर्मेंस ऑब्जेक्टिव्स की अचीवमेंट अलाउ की हुई है. तो अगर आप इंटर्नशिप कर रहे हैं और वो इंटर्नशिप प्योरली अकाउंटिंग एंड फाइनेंस रोल में नहीं है तो you can still claim up to I think about 3 performance objectives without being in, but the rest of them you would have to achieve them in a relevant role. Okay, great. Nizam, is anybody trying to share feedback? मेरे पास feedback आ रहा है. Okay, Gani Rafe कह रहे हैं need to engage audience in a short and concise manner. Okay. Sumaira Khalid is saying it was quite informative. The general feedback है Sumaira. The specific feedback भी दीजिए. Zunair bin Asher, I can introduce myself more effectively. All right, let's see. अभी I think आप with time आपको बहुत clarity हो जाएगी about introducing yourself, about elevator pitch. इन चीज़ों में बहुत clarity भी आपको मिलती जाएगी और you will really see continuous improvement happening. Okay, Abdul Rahman learned to introduce. Okay, Khalid, work in progress. Good learning, networking opportunity. Need to practice about 30 seconds presentation and work on what and why question. Very important, Usman. Thank you very much for bringing that up. How is always normally the pitfall where we all fall in. It's more about what and why, right? And that is what should lead you to how. But initially, it's the two questions, what and why. Very good session, eye opener. How am I lacking and where? Where's Khalid? Thank you very much. 30-second intro. Mohammed Saqib. ओके, चेंज ऑफ एड्रेस, चेंज ऑफ सेशन के लिए अगर आपको रिक्वेस्ट भेजनी है तो आप members.pk@acccaglobal.com पे भेज दें, members.pk@acccaglobal.com, और अदरवाइज haroon.jan@acccaglobal.com. Okay, Ali Hussain, one of the good sessions, will really help in discovering myself. Excellent. Zunair bin Asher, heard to very experienced professionals and looking forward. Great, Zunair. Excellent. Amir Khan, will there be any certification for the end of the session? Of course, there will be certificates, but depending upon your participation, if you meet the 80% participation requirement, there will definitely be certificates. But more than that, more than just certificates, this is a learning opportunity. I would suggest focus more on that. Mozam Ayaz, thank you very much. It's been a very interesting session. Looking forward to learn more and more. Excellent. Thank you very much. General feedback. Horace is saying, should those who are going to sit September exam participate in this? Today's session was very effective. All right, sorry, हारिस का पहले क्वेश्चन आंसर कर देते हैं कि सितंबर एग्जाम में जो पार्टिसिपेट कर रहे हैं क्या वो इसके लिए प्रोग्राम में पार्टिसिपेट कर सकते हैं? So why not? I think if you can manage both together, nothing like it. And ऐसी opportunities जो हैं वो बहुत frequently नहीं आती हैं. अगर आप कर सकते हैं manage, definitely कीजिए. Your exams are also very important. Do not let your exam performance suffer. लेकिन मेरा ये ख्याल है कि अगर आप अपनी planning proper करेंगे और आप timely intervention कर लेंगे अपनी preparation, exam preparation के हिसाब के लिए, तो आपको कोई difficulty नहीं होएगी in continuing with attending these sessions. Okay. There was a session concerning systems using Microsoft Teams, but that session did not open. How to access that session? Okay, Faik, अगर आप recording ढूंढ रहे हैं तो जो Microsoft Teams में हमने orientation run की थी, that was not recorded. जो हम go to webinar पे जो sessions run कर रहे हैं, all of them are going to be recorded sessions, और इनकी recordings available. Okay, let's look for a few last comments. When you have opportunity to go for it with confidence and show the world what you can do in best possible manner. Umair Nafis, thank you very much. I think good reflection. Good session. Groups are also experiencing their fields, so excited to learn from exactly Zunair. Everybody's experienced here. Good group of students gathered, so I think you'll all learn. Okay. All right, Zunair ne kaha, glad to see her facing himself delivering lectures. It's I don't know if it is about delivering lectures. It's about sharing experiences, I think, and Sajid has done fantastically well in sharing some of his very, very important learnings and experiences with you. I think अभी तो हमने सिर्फ introduction की बात की है, how to make your introduction high level, how to be very, very specific, how to deliver an impact using minimum possible time and minimum airtime. I think this can apply anywhere. I think board के अंदर अभी Sajid examples देंगे when you're presenting to the boards of companies, right? You normally have about, Sajid, what do you say, 3 to 10 minutes? And within those 3 to 10 minutes, you have to leave a lasting impact for whatever you're asking your board of directors for. So I think
you are very, very lucky if you get 10 minutes in a board meeting. Normally, 3 minutes, you have to deliver a business case of $100 million. And then the board spend another 2 to 3 minutes to make a decision. and the next board meeting happens after 3 months. So if you miss out on that 2 to 3 minutes, kitna simplified version mein aapne unhe batana hota hai without getting into details, that's when you will delay your decision for another 3 months.
True, very right. So हम जो अभी सजीव जिस स्किल का हम जिक्र कर रहे थे कि how to how to make an elevator pitch, it is not just about your introduction, it's about every other aspect of your professional life also. How do you do high level discussion, how do you do strategy level discussion with individuals who matter the most? Low level conversations, operational conversations is not something that that will draw attention and that will give solutions. Okay, so अभी भी सजीद ने जो आप लोगों को एक्सरसाइज दी है उसका पर्पस ये है कि इसको परफेक्शन की हद तक लेकर जाना है, राइट? डिस्पाइट द फैक्ट कि आपको 2-3 दफा सजीद ने अपनी एक एग्जांपल दे के भी एक्सप्लेन किया है, वी स्टिल नॉट हिटिंग द मार्क, राइट? और आपने वो आज के सेशन की प्रैक्टिस के लिए आपने इसको अचीव करके देखना है, राइट? How do you, and then all right, go on, talk to a complete stranger when you go out, keeping your social distance and all. Of course, go to the marketplace, see if you can make an impact, see if you can deliver an impact. और सजीद इसकी एक और example भी देते हैं, I think next session में देंगे when you're talking about board meetings and all. If you can explain it to your driver, you can explain it to a board of directors also. So it has to be that simple and that impactful. चलिए, I would not steal Sajid's thunder. I think that's up for the next session. But I think overall, good feedback, helpful feedback. By the way, जितना feedback आप लोगों ने दिया है, ये recorded है हमारे पास. We will review it again and again. If you are in contact with individuals who have missed the session and you want to put in a word, please do so. Right? 3 classes, and after that, those who do not attend even a single class, we will have to part with them. Just say goodbye. We'll have to bring in new individuals. जिन्होंने already आज एक साहब मुझसे गुस्से हो गए कि जी आपको मैंने 2 दिन पहले सैटरडे की इवनिंग को मैंने आपको कहा था कि मुझे अपने किसी ग्रुप में ऐड कर लें. And literally, we got hundreds of emails, and poor Nizam right now is struggling with those emails. Nominations, people trying to join this session. Okay, so we would want to see the class filled up. We would want to see maximum people benefiting from the effort that we put in. So nominations important. If you know individuals who have been selected, please pass on our message, right? And let's see how we go on the next session. All right, thank you very much. And if there is any further question, you know how to get in touch with me. Nominations Ghani Rafe आप लोग email के through submit कर सकते हैं, but उसमें please detail add कीजिएगा. This opportunity is only available to active students who are not suspended of the register, who currently active, right? So सिर्फ उनके लिए ये opportunity open है. उनकी details email के through forward करें. They'll be passed on to Nizam, and Nizam is then trying to communicate with them and putting them in different groups. So इस week में till Saturday, we will be receiving nominations. Next week से फिर हम nominations का process बंद कर देंगे. All right, thank you very much. I think good session, good interaction. मैं काफी inspire हुआ by the kind of profiles that I've seen present in this group. The level of competence set इस आप स्टूडेंट्स जो है वो अचीव करना चाह रहे हैं और ऑलरेडी उस पर वर्क कर रहे हैं. ठीक है, सिर्फ थोड़ी सी पॉलिशिंग की, डायमंड को प्रॉपर कट्स देने की जरूरत है. एंड आई थिंक यू आर ऑल माशाल्लाह रेडी टू शाइन. सो गुड लक टू ऑल ऑफ यू एंड सी यू ऑल इन द नेक्स्ट सेशन. टेक केयर ऑफ योरसेल्फ. अल्लाह हाफिज.